Welcome back. I'm Brad with ABC Days. Today we're going to go over everything you need to pack in a carry-on bag for the airplane flight, for your cabin, and even excursion. So the backpack we're using today is just this one right here. Nothing special, nothing huge. You obviously can use a carry-on suitcase if you want to. I prefer this because it can go on my back. I don't have to roll it around if I don't want to. It's not going to be all that heavy once everything's loaded in there. So one of the things I forgot to mention about this bag is that it actually has wheels. And you just open this little top area and bam, you can wheel this bad boy around if you don't want to carry it on your back. These straps Velcro down into here, or right there. Just Velcro them done, and you're good to go. You have a carry-on and a backpack all in one. Now this exact model, I cannot find anywhere anymore. We got it again several years ago, probably Walmart. But one my daughter found is extremely similar is this model. And same thing, it's got the top on there. The straps actually zipper in. And same pockets here, pocket there. Got a side pocket. And this one actually has a nicer feature. It's got a little holder here for, say, a water bottle or something. And again, it has wheels in there. So a few quick little things that we throw in. Obviously, you got your sunglasses that you want to make sure that you bring. So we'll put those down here. And then we got some Beats headphones. This is for, going to the gym or when you're in the hot tub or something like that. Make sure they're waterproof, of course. They'll go right in there. Some playing cards for the hotel or slow days at sea. Maybe even the airplane if it's a longer flight. Right here, this is a waterproof phone pouch. You'll put your phone in here, seal it up, and you can carry this around your neck in the hot tub, in the pool, at the ocean. Obviously, make sure that it's watertight before you put your phone in and test it. Take your phone out of your case, put your case in here, seal it up, dip it in water, take it out. If it's dry, you're good to go. Anyway, we've got two of these, one for me and one for the wife. And these, we put in the little side pouches, the little wings here. So we put one on each side. And if you've got a iPhone little mag wallet, we just started using these a little bit more for excursions. Instead of having to carry cash inside of a bag or something like that, we just slap this on the back of the phone and you're good to go. It'll hold your IDs that you'll need to get back on the ship in some ports, and a credit card or two. I don't really try to overstretch that. I don't want to have that much. And then, of course, you can also put cash inside of one of these slots. Anyway, that would go on the back of your phone. And this, I haven't really used it all that often because I pack my bigger hats, the little sun hats. But what this does is it clips on to the hat. And then what you would do is something similar. You just attach it here. Then you have your hat hanging or your purse, whatever you may use. But again, that'll go in this little side pouch. And then we'll open up the body of it. And the first thing we have in the bottom anyway is a air compressor, and I'll go over what we use that for. It's just a little air. It inflates and deflates, floats, things like that. I'll show you what we use that for here shortly. And it does have one of the cool features is it does have a lock button so that you don't accidentally turn it on while it's stored away. And then we have a couple of ponchos. Just real cheap, just in case it rains on a port day, especially if you go to Alaska, it's probably going to rain. And now we'll go over the floats that we use. I'll put a screen grab of these. Anyway, they're just, you know, double inflated little pool floats, ocean floats. They've come in super handy at Half Moon Cay, obviously all the beaches. Just don't have to pay for a rental of a float, and you've got a bag packed right in here. And then what we do is when we get to the cabin, we will take out the pump. We'll take out these, and this right here is the Excursion backpack. So it folds up into a nice little neat little thing. And all you do is just pull it out of there, and bam, you've got another backpack inside of a backpack. It's like Inception or something. Anyway, and then what we do is we immediately just pack this in here, put the float inflator in there as well, and oh, there they are, and the little fanny pack for some quick cash at your waist. Or this is a sealable pouch, a little bit bigger than just a phone one, so this you could put your cigarettes if you smoke, your vape, your phone, wallet, you know, pretty much anything that could fit in this size bag. You can put it in there, and again, it's watertight. You can have it with you in case you don't want to leave your valuables laying around on the beach. So anyway, we put those things in there, and then it gives plenty of room inside to put the towels that the ship give you. Inside here, it's got holders on the side for water bottles, and boom, you're good to go. And again, we pack that as soon as we get to the room. We take that out, pack it, set it off to the side. We're ready to excursion when we want an excursion. Next, we have our electronics pouch. So in here, we have a 3-in-1. We are Apple fanboys, fangirls in Amanda's case. Anyway, this comes, you can put your Apple Watch right here, phone, AirPods, 2 phones. If you're only doing it for one person, it does fold up into a little teepee. You can put your phone here, MagSafe it. It'll hold on, watch right there, good to go. And again, real small form factor, doesn't take up much room. We actually have 2 of these. One is a different version. It doesn't do the TP thing, but same idea otherwise. And then one of the biggest things we suggest people get is a power bank. You just never know when your phone's going to start dying. Need to charge your AirPods, for example. Anything. And then we do bring some AAA batteries. That is for a breathalyzer. We'll go into that here in a second. It's a little toy I like to mess with when I'm playing at the blackjack table sometimes. We do have some of the batteries for our Apple AirTags in here as well. And that is one thing I didn't mention. There is an Apple AirTag hidden inside of there so that we always know where it is, even though it's usually literally on my back, just in case it gets misplaced. We know where it is. So anyway, those go in there. And this is the multi-adapter we use for the cabin. Most of the cabins have 1, maybe 2 outlets if you're lucky. We haven't went the route of buying a universal adapter and utilizing the European slot. We just use this. It turns the 1 plug into 1, 2, 3 plugs, so 2 extra. And then you have 2 USB-A's and a USB-C. There is a newer version that has 2 USB-C's and 1 USB-A. Right now, most of the things we charge use USB-A as the input or the output and plugs USB-C to the other side. Several power bricks. This is another double power brick. It has 2 USB-A, 2 USB-C, several cords. You know, anything that we need, lightning. Our phones don't use the lightning ports anymore. They're USB-C, but we still have them. You never know. A friend might need to borrow it. Extra Apple watch charger, again, just some miscellaneous cables. This does also have a spot for some pins, so if you needed to fill out customs forms or anything like that, that is also in there. And again, that also goes in the bag. Just zip that bad boy up. And I've overfilled it trying to put it back together, but it's gonna work. Anyway, that goes right in there. And ignore me. It's gonna follow me though. We're gonna come grab these little bad boys. Okay, so I said that it was also for your plane, for example. So also for your plane. So what this is a little adapter you can put your phone in. It slides to lock your phone in. This part slides to attach to the tray table on the airplane. So you can put this on there, put your phone in there, watch videos, play games, put it on the side like this if you're at a window seat, put it on the side of it, video out, take pictures of the scenery. Again, we have two of these, one for me, one for the wife. Those also go in these little side parts right here. And then as you can tell, these are umbrellas. Again, never know. These are easily accessible. The ponchos are kind of buried down in there. They're more for if we know it's going to rain at a port. These are more for those, you're going from your hotel to the terminal, for example, and it's raining, or you're walking out on the deck and you want to go out to a party or something that's happening and you want to use them. Anyway, they haven't really been used all that often. We've been pretty lucky to not get much rain on our cruises. But over 25 cruises, it's gonna happen at some point that we need them way more often than we should. And then this is my nest of magnets. If you haven't already seen it on another video for other YouTubers, the walls are magnetic on almost every ship. We were actually on the Sunshine this past May of 25, and we stuck the magnet to the wall and it just fell right on off. First ship in what, 20 ships that we've been on that the wall was not magnetic. However, the ceiling still was. So a little pro tip, if you have heavier items, sticking it flat against the wall, most of the time the weight, even if they're heavy rated, I think this is a 50-pound magnet, or rated for 50 pounds, and it'll just slide on down. The pro tip is hang it from the ceiling. The hang weight is much stronger than the gravitational friction that it's going to be able to hold on a wall. And we also use these in the shower. We'll show that in a future video on our next cruise in August. But we use these for our loofahs, different things in the shower that we don't have to worry about space and having it on the ground or trying to figure out how to maneuver things around. Anyway, those all go right in this little front pouch. And then we also pack our passports, our boarding passes, all those type of things are also packed inside of here. And two last things that I saved for last on purpose. Everybody tells you to bring medicine, things like that. What I did, and I don't know if anybody's ever shown this before, but it's basically like a little tackle box. And what you do is it's got little dividers you can arrange to the sizes that you want. And then we've put pretty much everything you can think of. Speaking of that breathalyzer, here it is. I am 100% sober, so there's no reason to bother with this right now. But anyway, it's right here. We've got antibiotic cream. We've got Tide to Go pens. Super glue. Have had a pair of sunglasses break on me before and didn't have an extra pair. So this came in handy. Band-aids, little tea light candles. if you, you know, don't want to have the dark. Most of the cabins now have night lights of some sort. We usually have the TV on. One of the tips that I've seen a lot of people do is they'll just turn the TV to the Lido deck camera or the front facing camera on the ship. Most of the ships have a camera that goes to the TV, and then you wake up with natural light from the cameras. Obviously you've got your heartburn pills, you've got your diarrhea pills, you got your or make you have diarrhea pills because the food does weird things to you. We got little clips for the clothesline in the bathroom, in the shower, to hang your wet clothes. Another thing we just recently started doing was on our balconies. We use one of the magnets and we'll hang our clothes out while we're still at port out on the balcony, use the sun power to dry them even faster. Don't do that while it's in motion though. They do not like that. So anyway, you got headache, you've got heartburn, you've got all kinds of different things. And then what I've done, let me rearrange this back. We'll just set that over there for right this second. And then what I did on it was I just took a little Sharpie. It was silver. I didn't want it to be super obvious. I can read it, and that's all that really matters. Anyway, you've got allergy pills, heartburn, Bonine. We've never had to use it, never had seasickness. Ibuprofen, Gas-X, stool softener, any kinds of things that you think you might need as a family. We pack those in here, and yet again, they go in here. So the only other things that are not here that we would normally pack in our carry-on would be sunscreen, bug spray, not for the ship necessarily, but some ports do have some bugs. We had an issue in Alaska where there was a lot of little gnats or something. It was just a beating. And of course, you go to the rainforest, those type of things, you're going to need that. Lotions, those type of things. If we're driving to port, we're in Texas, so the only one we can really drive to is going to be Galveston and New Orleans. Probably could drive to Mobile, but not gonna. So if we're driving, then we would pack the sunscreen and the lotion and the Downy wrinkle release. We would put those inside of this bag as well. When we fly, we put those into one of the check bags, and then we'll replace something that was in the check bag and put it in here. Hair dryer. I can't think of much else. A couple of clothes for, you know, to have extras. And then the secret sauce, the one thing I don't think I've seen on any channel or anybody else even talk about. This has been a game changer. I know you're wondering what this is, but what it does is it suctions to the shower wall. And so it suctions. Oh, let me get that thing off. So anyway, you place it on the shower wall. That's the shower wall. And you locked it down. And it creates a foot pedal holder, ledge, whatever we want to call that. So your wife can shave her legs. You can wash your feet. As you know, the showers, or you may not know, the showers are quite small sometimes. And maneuvering around and trying not to slip when you're trying to get your feet and things like that, not very fun. So, but this has been a game changer. We've had this since pre-COVID, 2019. Maybe it was after COVID. I can't remember. It's been a very long time that we've had this, and same one has never failed us. It did fall one time. Granted, I was super drunk. Probably shouldn't have put my foot on it. Nonetheless, I was safe. And that we put in here as well. And that pretty much covers your airplane, your immediate needs at the hotel, obviously your cabin. We'll do a packing list if you want us to. Let us know in the comments if you want us to do what we pack in our check bag. After, again, 25 cruises, we've kind of tweaked what we bring and what we don't bring. We might bring that to you if we get enough attention on it. We will do a room tour. We'll do a tour of how we set all this up in our room. All that's coming. Again, our next cruise is in August. We'll have the ship tour. We'll have some Lido fun. A buddy of mine is going on that one. And we're usually a little chaotic when we get together. But Nonetheless, like and subscribe. Leave a comment on what you want us to do next, and we'll see you later.